big changes are coming to the VA disability compensation. And if you have tinnitus, you want to listen up because changes are in the air. The VA is removing tinnitus as a standalone disability, meaning thousands of veterans could lose their 10% disability rating for tinnitus unless they take action today. In this video, I'll break down exactly what changes, why the VA is doing this, and what steps you need to take before the new rules take effect. If you're a veteran receiving tinnitus compensation or planning to file a claim, this is critical information on how that could impact your benefits. Let's get started. Hey, this is Russ from Veteran Experience. If you find this information valuable, please like, subscribe, and send this video out to other veterans who may need this kind of content to help them along in the VA disability process. I appreciate you watching the video all the way to the end, because this would allow us to get this video out to veterans like you who need it. What is tinnitus and how is it currently rated? First, let's quickly cover what tinnitus is and how it is currently rated under the VA disability system. Tinnitus is that consistent ringing or buzzing or hissing sound in your ears, even when there's no external noise. It is one of the most common disabilities among veterans, often caused by prolonged exposure to loud noises from gunfire, aircrafts, explosion, etc., normal day-to-day activity of most veterans. Right now, tinnitus is rated as a standalone condition under Diagnostic Code 6260. If service connected, it automatically qualifies you for a 10% disability rating, which is about $180 a month. This applies regardless of whether you have hearing loss or other conditions. You can only receive 10% rating for tinnitus, whether it affects one or both ears. This means even if you have no service-connected disability, you could still receive 10% compensation just for tinnitus. That's about to change. The VA is making a major change in how tinnitus is rated. Starting in August 2025, tinnitus will no longer be a standalone disability. What does that mean for you, veteran? The VA is eliminating the diagnostic code, which means you cannot receive a separate rating just for tinnitus alone. Instead, tinnitus will only be related as a symptom to another service-connected condition. This is the change. This means if you don't have another service-connected condition, you will not be able to get tinnitus. You may not get compensated at all. Let me say that again. This means if you don't have another service-connected disability related to your tinnitus that you can connect tinnitus to, you won't get compensated at all. If your only VA claim is tinnitus, you will lose the rating once you try to file. You will not be able to get it service connected. Why is VA making this change? The VA argues that tinnitus is not a disease by itself, but is a symptom of another medical condition like hearing loss, traumatic brain injury, concussions, Meniere's disease. They claim that the current system allows too many veterans to receive compensation for a symptom, not a condition. And here's another reason. It's cost savings. According to the VA, it estimates that more than 2.3 million veterans currently receive compensation for tinnitus. This change would save the VA billions of dollars over the next decade by reducing the number of approved claims for tinnitus. In addition, the VA says it's trying to align tinnitus rating with modern medicine understanding. But let's be honest, for thousands of veterans, this just looks like another way to cut your benefits. Who would be affected? So who is actually affected by this change? If you already have a tinnitus rating before 2025, you're protected. Don't worry. Your 10% rating will be locked in and will not be taken away under 38 CFR 3.951. But if you plan to file a tinnitus claim after this rule change, you would not be able to get a separate 10% rating just for your tinnitus alone. You'll need to prove that tinnitus is linked to another service-connected condition, as I said, Meniere's disease or one of these other diseases. If you haven't filed a tinnitus claim yet, you need to act fast before this rule change takes place. But what if you miss the deadline? How can you still get compensation for tinnitus under the new rules? And here is what you need to know. You need to file the claim for hearing loss. Hearing loss is the #1 condition linked to tinnitus. If your hearing loss is service connected, you may still receive compensation for tinnitus under the new claim. Hearing loss is usually rated at 0%, so you will get 10% for your hearing loss and tinnitus connection together under the new rules. #2, get a Nexus letter for TBI or head injury. If you suffered a traumatic brain injury in service, tinnitus can be related as a symptom of your TBI. You'll need a Nexus letter from an independent medical opinion, an outside doctor, describing how the TBI has caused tinnitus. #3, link tinnitus to another service-connected condition like Meniere's disease. If you have a condition like Meniere's disease, PTSD, you can work with a VA-accredited representative to ensure tinnitus is listed as a symptom of that issue. #4, act now. File your claim before the rule takes effect. If you haven't filed yet, submit your claim now on va.gov. Tinnitus is still a standalone condition as of today. If your claim is already in process, the old rules will apply to you today, and you can still receive 10% for tinnitus. So in conclusion, the final advice is this. So let's sum all this up about tinnitus and the rule change. Tinnitus will no longer be a standalone disability claim after 2025. You must link tinnitus to another service-connected condition to qualify for the compensation. If you already have tinnitus, your rating is secure. You're safe. Don't worry. This change is one of the biggest updates to VA disability compensation in years, and thousands of veterans will be affected, and thousands will lose out on benefits they rightly deserve. Here is my advice. If you already have tinnitus benefits connected, stay informed, but don't worry. If you haven't filed yet, do it ASAP before the new rules take effect. If you have other service-connected conditions, work with a VA rep to ensure tinnitus is your claim. Let me know in the comments if you're in the process of filing tinnitus or if you have your tinnitus connected to another service-connected condition. Stay informed. Stay on top of the current changes as they are affecting our VA disability benefits. Again, this is Russ from Veteran Experience. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. If this information has been valuable, like, subscribe, send it out to another veteran, and do what we always say, keep fighting.